Yeah.
No, it's just if you would have like a 5-class pass.
Yeah,
then it would,
yeah.
No, but it's not a so that's fine. You can sign up as many.
My alter ego would be watching on. My alter ego is watching online.
I'm physically at home and it's your partner in spirit. Welcome, Zoomies. I'll just make sure that I am binned or spotlighted, whatever it is. And you just wave if you can't hear me well once I'm there, okay? Okay, so no one can see you, don't worry, I am spotlit, whatever it's called. So I'm recording it for me and someone who wants to take this class but couldn't make it. So you're not going to be visible, don't worry. It's just for my own sake. So Helen, if you're alright with switching on your camera, then I can see if you're safe. Right. And at home, if you have any props, that would be ideal. Like we are using big bolsters. You can have a big pillow from your couch or a rolled up blanket. We have 2 blocks, but you can also use a book or another rolled up blanket. And then just as many things as you have around the house. A blanket, an eye bag, piece of cloth, something like that. Everyone here is on their back, so we're going to join them. So come onto your back, please, if you're not there already. And you can take any position here with the legs. So it might be legs straight against Shavasana, or feet as wide as your mat, knees together. And then go ahead, place both hands on your belly. And create some softness underneath the hands. Feel the natural flow as it lets the belly rise on an in-breath underneath the hands and descend on an out-breath. Really just this place of doing nothing in particular, being with your breath, with your body. Even if the mind does want you to do a lot of things and fix a lot of things, right in this very moment, can you just be with what is? Just like when we chant Om, which means this big cosmic yes, tonight I'd like to invite you to embrace whatever is happening, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, with this yes, with this Om, this big cosmic yes, as if it's this hug. Even if there's a no, like Tara Brach says, even if there is a no, let it be surrounded with a bigger space of yes. So let the no be there, let the yes be there, let everything be there. Really say yes to all of it. All of your humanness, all of your emotions, your thoughts. And the best way I find to create this yes in our body is to start breathing deeper, as if you're surrounding whatever is happening in the body, in the mind, with that cosmic yes, with that breath. So now as you shift your attention from the belly a little bit more towards the chest, you can either keep the hands where they are, or you can bring them onto the side ribs to really feel this breath. You're now beginning to breathe more into the sides of the ribs with Ujjayi breath. And Ujjayi translates as victorious. And it's created by slide narrowing at the back of the throat. Whisper the ah sound on the inhale. Whisper the ha sound on the exhale. Good, continue with this, and you can do this with your mouth open or closed. Since it's very warm in Madrid, I don't know if it's warm where you are right now. I think no one is in Madrid. No, Helen maybe. See if you want to have a mouth open or closed, but open is slightly more cooling and slightly more accessible. If you're closing your mouth, create that same sound. Oceanic sound. Good. 2 more cycles of your breath. Now begin to move on the breath. So keep the breath flowing. Place your feet hip distance apart on the ground. You might need to push any props to the sides. Palms of the hands come down on the earth. And then inhale, lift your arms up and overhead, just your arms. Let the ribs move to the hips, so you're not popping your chest out. Exhale, wave the arms all the way down. Belly muscles hug towards the spine. 2 more like that. So just a very simple movement of arms overhead, but keep the connection of ribs moving towards hips. Exhale, wave the arms all the way down. Nice. One last time. And let the mind, if it's like, oh my god, what are we doing? Too simple. Let it tell you that simplicity is very, very, very good in summer when everything becomes intense. Now we join with the legs, or with the hips rather. Press the feet down, lift your hips, lift your arms all the way up and overhead. And then on an exhale, wiggle the spine down. It's very early in the practice, so we're just doing slow, not too high movement with this. Press the feet down, inhale, rolling up. Arms come up and overhead. Exhale, slowly release back down, good. And have a sense of inner thighs hugging towards the midline. Make the movement a little bit slower so it really mimics the breath. Movement follows breath, not the other way around. That's it. And then have your toes a little bit more in. So feet, yeah, stay the same. Put your toes slightly more in than they were. That's it. You got it already. Go for one last round and see if you can create a little bit more lift and really open. Good. Sit down. Last one, high. Inhale. And exhale. Now we go together. Inhale, press the feet down, lift the hips up, lift the arms overhead, and then stay up. Exhale here, draw your belly muscles to your spine. One more breath, press the feet down, lift the hips just a little bit more. Exhale, everyone slowly come down, wiggle the spine down and release. Feet as wide as your mat, have a little moment of knees together. Breathe Ujjayi breath into the side of the ribs. Wonderful. Now bring the knees into your chest. Open the arms like a T or a cactus. And then at both knees as one leg, let them come all the way over towards the right side onto the earth. Keep your breath fluid. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale, another breath, really open through the side. You can hold your breath, so I'm not keeping you. Exhale, hug the belly muscles to your spine and lift your knees back up. Is your phone switched off? Good, inhale here. Exhale, knees all the way over to the left. That's it, inhale. A little bit of weight through the shoulders, through the legs as they release. Nice, one more breath in. Exhale, really empty, 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 and let that help you to lift the knees back up into your chest. Hands come underneath the knees. Inhale, rock yourself up. And then exhale, come back all the way to seated. Good, and do that 2 more times. Inhale, rock back, hips up. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Bring the feet to one side, come onto hands and knees. Hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips, and then begin to circle your spine all the way around. Breathe, breathe. So again, Ujjayi breath. And take it easy because we've already done some warm up. Yeah? And bring your legs further back, your knees further back. Keep your hands what you are, and then the hands face forward. So not to the side. No. Like this. Yeah, so not too close, and a little bit further. There you go. Hands are straight forward. There you go. Good. Yeah, big circles. And if you feel like something is a little tight somewhere, you go a little bit more into that space. Feel free to close your eyes rather. That's it. All right, now other side. So other direction. I can't talk anymore. I feel with the heat, my brain just goes away. Micro bend your elbows if you feel you're overextending your elbows easily. But most importantly, stay with your Ujjayi, your victorious breath. So whispered ha on the inhale, whispered ha on the exhale. Last breath. That's it. Now come into the center. Hands walk about a hand width forward. Curl the toes under. Deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press down into the earth. Lift your hips, lift your knees. Come into this upside down V. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to really lengthen through the lower back. So
the downward dog, right?
Yes. Keep your elbows bent slightly. Good. One more breath here, just opening up. That's it. Now walk your hands to your feet. So walk to the back of the mat. And then fold over the legs. So at the back of the mat, bend the knees, fold over your legs at the back of the mat. That's it. Press the feet down, lift your arms to the sides and all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, close your eyes. Keep your breath going, keep your eyes closed. And then if there's any reason that you do not want to receive physical adjustments tonight, raise your hand so that only we know. Our beautiful Linnea will assist. Otherwise, we'll just enjoy this. So only raise your hand if you don't want to have physical adjustments. Good. Last deep breath here. Good. Open the eyes gently. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. So at the back of the mat. Bend the knees plenty as you fold over your legs. Inhale, hands on shins. Lift halfway up. When you exhale, walk the hands out in front of you until you're in plank pose, top of the press up. Bend the knees to the ground. Keep the spine long. Deep inhale, belly muscles to spine. Exhale, slowly lower as a straight back in the upper body, so Danda staff, lower down. Good, now elbows come underneath the shoulders for a little sphinx here. Inhale deep. So elbows underneath shoulders instead of hands underneath shoulders. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders even more. Exhale, everyone, release the hands down underneath the shoulders. Take a little cobra here. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up. Elbows in, elbows bend. Exhale all the way to the earth. Palms above the crown. Release the forehead down and rest here. Reconnect to your breathing. Pranam Namaskar. Good. One last breath here. Let something go on the exhale. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale deep. Curl the toes under. Exhale. Press back through hands and knees or downward dog, but then come back to your feet. So we're walking back to the back of the mat. I said back like a million times in one sentence. Press the feet down. Lift your arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale. Hands in front of the heart. Keep that beautiful deep breathing going. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees even more. Inhale, lift halfway, hands on the shins. Exhale, walk the hands out into that plank pose. Keep your shoulders over your wrists, your belly muscles to your spine. Inhale here, knees down or up. And then exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Make sure the belly, the hips, and if the knees are up, the knees come down at once. Inhale for cobra straight away. Lengthen the spine, so hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, come back to the earth. 2 more waves. Inhale, lift forward and up. Press the tops of the feet onto the ground. Good. Exhale, wave to the ground. Nice. Really good breathing. Inhale, last one. That's it, green. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, straight into downward facing dog this time. Good. Long deep breath into the side body. And then a cleansing exhale out of the mouth. Long deep breath in. Cleansing exhale out of the mouth. Nice, just bring it back. Keep your knees a little bit bent. Yes, that's it. Last breath. Keep on breathing if I'm not telling you to breathe. Good, that's it. Now walk your hands to your feet, so again to the back of the mat. And then fold forward over the legs. Bend the knees enough to keep lengthening the lower back instead of rounding like this. So lengthen the lower back. Press the feet down. Lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Good. One more cycle. Variation of the Pranam Namaskar. Lift the arms up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Hands on the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk like a sloth, really slowly towards plank. So plank is really straight staff from the crown towards the heels. Take an inhale, knees can be on the earth. Exhale, knees or straight legs all the way down to your belly. From plank as a straight plank lowering down. Inhale, one cobra, lift forward and up. Exhale, all the way to your belly. Curl the toes under, deep inhale.
All this is in Ujjayi.
Sorry?
All this is in Ujjayi.
All with Ujjayi. Everything with Ujjayi. Downward facing dog. Breathe into the back of the heart. So your Ujjayi breath stays with you up to the point that I tell you to let go, which is our restorative pose. So keep breathing Ujjayi breath. Mouth open or closed. One last breath.
Can you please check my Ujjayi breath?
So open your mouth. It's like a whispered ha, and the exhale, a whispered ah, and inhale. It's really here. It takes a little bit of time.
Just once more, show me once more.
Yeah, I cannot leave people in the pose too long, so we'll come back to it. Walk your hands to your feet, inhale deep. Exhale, fold forward. So walk your hands to your feet, to the back of the mat. Walk your hands back. Walk your hands back. So good. Inhale, arms to the sky. Deep breath. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Everyone take your feet a little wider than your hips. They might be wider than the mat, which is fine. Bend the knees softly, and then palms of the hands in front of the heart. Now, open mouth Ujjayi, which serves all of us. Inhale, coming out to the sides, not further than the line of the shoulders. Exhale, wave the hands back towards the heart. So really audible breath. Inhale like a whispered ah. Exhale like a whispered ha. Good. Inhale, open the mouth. This time we'll change. Inhale, open. Now exhale, bring the hands behind your back, straight to the legs. Pull the kneecaps up. Fingertips can be down or up. Inhale, standing hard pose, standing Anahata Asana. Lift the chest. When you exhale, bend your knees so that you can slide the hands down the backs of your legs and fold over the legs. Hands on the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Toes are pointing straight forward. Exhale, this time walk out into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Hands shoulder width, feet about hip distance. But if you need more space, you can always widen the space between the hands and the feet, or between both hands, between both feet. Long deep breath in here. Micro bend your elbows a little bit more, Sylvia. Exhale. Yes, good, we got it. Ground through both hands. On an in breath, lift the right leg slowly up to the sky. Exhale in slow motion. Bring it all the way forward between the hands. If the foot gets stuck somewhere, you can help it with your hands. Bring the back knee down. If you have a sensitive knee, you can put some padding underneath it, maybe a blanket or a mat. Then ground through the front foot. Lift your arms to the sky. Inhale. When you exhale, cactus arms, lift your chest, but bend your elbows to the sides. Inhale, lift out of your lower back, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, open the chest even more. So inner thighs hug towards midline, press down to lift up. One last breath in. That's it, Amanda. Exhale, hands to the ground. Bring your right knee all the way back behind you, press it up to the sky, belly muscles to spine. And then exhale, either stay here, option 1, option 2, reach behind you with your left hand. Where's your breath? If you can catch the inside of the foot, kick foot into hand, hand into foot, lift the chest up, inhale. Even here, inner thighs, energetically hug the midline, kick the foot back if you have it. One last breath in. Exhale, release the knee, release the hand if the hand was up. Now hands and hips stay where they are. Hands walk out in front of you for Anahatasana. Now with strong arms, melt the chest more down. Hard melting glutes. Elbows come down onto the ground. Shift your weight forward. Inhale. Either stay here or exhale, lift your knees away from the ground. Forearm plank. Tailbone to heels. Inhale deep. Exhale, knees and hips to the earth. Tops of the feet come down. Inhale, down that sphinx pose. Exhale, release to the earth. Nice. Now this is a slightly different flow breath than maybe what you're used to. Inhale, bring your right shoulder off the earth. Look over your right shoulder. Exhale, slowly come back down. Hips stay on the earth, just the shoulder lifts. Slow movement. Left shoulder lifts. Look over the left shoulder. Exhale, release. One last time, each side. Inhale, right shoulder lifts. Not too high, just a little. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, left shoulder lift. Exhale, release. Take an inhale here, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Take your Ujjayi breath with you. Whisper the asana on the inhale, mouth open or closed. Whisper the asana on the exhale. Spread the fingers wide and micro bend your elbows. Grab through both hands evenly, and then on an in-breath, the left leg lifts slowly up to the sky. Keep the legs strong and straight. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest and step the feet through. If it gets stuck somewhere, help it forward. Back knee down, again, if you need bedding, place it there. Inhale, arms come up. And again, root to rise, but also hug the inner thighs towards the midline. Good, now cactus arms, lift your chest to the sky. Inhale deep. Exhale, keep hugging inner thighs towards midline, lift your chest even more. Last deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Hands come down underneath the shoulders. Take your left leg behind you. Inhale, press it up to the sky. Left elbow bends. Exhale, either stay or reach the right hand behind you and catch the inner left foot. If you're holding onto the foot, kick foot into hand, hand into foot. Can you keep on breathing? It doesn't really matter if you're doing these poses or not. The breath is more important. Are you observing or joining, Karine? Do either, no, don't do both. No multitasking. One last breath in. Then release your knee, release your hand, exhale. Keep the hips where they are. Walk your hands out in front of you. Inhale deep. Melt your chest to the ground, exhale. Anahatasana, hard melting pose. Good, elbows come down, take your breath with you. Shift forward into that forearm plank, your choice, knees down or up. Exhale, belly muscles to spine, stay here, beam the crown of the head forward, tailbone long. Last breath in. Exhale, knees and hips to the earth. Elbows stay underneath the shoulders for a little sphinx. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale all the way down onto your belly, hands underneath the shoulders. Again, that little cool twisted cobra, but not really twisting obviously. Inhale, lift the right shoulder up, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, wave down to the earth. Keep your hips on the ground. Inhale over the left shoulder. Exhale, wave to the ground. So keep your hips down, just your shoulder. Good. One more time to the right. To the right. Inhale. That's it. Exhale to the earth. Left side, inhale. This is a really more cooling Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Nice. Hands underneath the shoulders. Long, deep inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Slow transitions on your breath. So in these transitions, this is usually where I see people rushed And if you're rushing into transitions, you're kind of undoing all the slow, steady movement that you've been doing before. So really slow transitions. Good. Walk your hands towards your feet. Inhale deep. Exhale, fold over the legs. Now keep your right knee more bent. I'll mirror so that the zoomies can see me. Right knees bend, right fingertips in front of your right foot. Where's your breath? Keep on breathing, even if I'm not saying it. Then left hand onto your hip. You can straighten that left leg a little bit or a little bit more. And then begin to lift your chest to the sky. Good. Inhale here, either stay or exhale. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Good. Yes, amazing. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the hand down and switch sides slowly. Bend the other knee, anchor the fingertips or hand down, and then lift first the hand to the hip. And then if that feels good, twist up to the sky. Little friend moment. Breathe, inhale. Softness in the face. Exhale, release the hand to the earth. Good. Now inhale, lengthen in the center, hands on shins. Exhale, walk out again into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. In your down dog, lift your right leg slowly up to the side. So one straight line of energy from the wrist to the foot. Good. Exhale, knee into chest. Step your foot between your hands. Yes. Okay. This is one of my favorite twists. For summer, left hand can come down on the fingertips or a fist, whatever works for the wrist. And you can have it as wide as you like. The wider, the more spacious and cooling the twist is, the closer, more heating. So let's maybe not do it unless you're in Germany and it's cold probably. Inhale from here. Keep on breathing even if I'm explaining things. Lift your right arm up to the sky. When you exhale, wrap the right arm around your thigh. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, lift the heart forward and up to the sky. Exhale, wave the arm around the thigh. Relax your head. One last time. Inhale, radiate up, slow movement.
When you do
Exhale.
do you do it through your nose or through your mouth?
Through your mouth, I would start with. Good. Now inhale, find that twist. Lift the arm to the sky. And then exhale, stay in a twist and open a little bit more. Other arm. So your left arm is down, your right arm is up. Yes, you got it. Last deep breath in, just a little bit more from the belly. And then release, exhale, head comes down. Good. Take a moment, back knee to the earth, lengthen over the right leg. And then maybe release a little bit deeper, relax the head, the neck. Good. It doesn't matter how straight your leg is, just a stretch. We're just going for stretching. You might want to be up. You can also have your hands on your hips, whatever works. Bend your front knee, inhale deep. When you exhale, once again, that right leg comes back behind you. This time, kick the leg, so the leg is straight, kick the leg out so that it's in line with the left foot. Left hand, left knee, and right foot in one line. If it feels very unstable, the left foot can turn back. Keep on breathing, Ujjayi breath. Inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, reach it towards the top of the mat. Really stretch long. Lift your left side body, your chest to the sky. Inhale. Foot all the way in the line of the knee. Exhale, release the hand down underneath your shoulder. Other side. So kick now. I need to go back. I can't think about it like this. Kick your left leg in the line of the right. I think that's correct. Otherwise, just the other side. Good. And then reach the top arm up and over. Yes, you got it now. That's it. Wonderful. Reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. That's it. Exhale, release the hand down. Knees underneath the hips. Take an inhale here. Exhale, Anahadasana. Walk the hands forward, hips in line with knees. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Elbows come down underneath the shoulders, and this time, curl the toes under. Lift your hips up as if you're going into downward facing dog with your elbows down. Breathe long, deep Ujjayi breath. Again, Ujjayi with your mouth open, a little bit more cooling, a little bit easier, or with your mouth closed. Make it audible. So the elbows are down now. The elbows are down. Elbows.
Okay, there you go.
Yes, there you go. And then lift your hips. Breathe. Last breath in. Exhale. Bring your knees to the ground. Shift your sit bones back onto your heels. Bring your hands onto the thighs and lift your chest to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, slide the hands out in front of you, Anahatasana. So we're like the ocean waves. We do that 2 more times. Pull back, belly muscles to spine, hands on the thighs, lift the heart up to the sky, shoulders back. Exhale, way forward and down. That's it. Very, very good. Last time. Imagine you're the ocean waves pulling back. Lift the heart at the beak. And then exhale, forward and down. This time you simply shift forward onto your belly with your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then eyes closed, sphinx pose. How much can you release your face in this shape? And then bring your elbows a little bit more forward so that it's in a line. Yes, there you go, the shoulders. Nice. Now hands slowly come underneath the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Micro bend your elbows and down dog. And make sure the second fingers are pointing straight forward, and the rest of the fingers is really like the rays of the sun. From here, inhale, the left leg lifts up to the sky. Exhale, step the foot through between the hands. Your choice, right fingertips, fists, or hand down. Keep your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, left arm goes up and overhead. Exhale, wrap it around your left thigh. Let the head go. Lift the belly muscles up. Inhale, radiate forward, around, and all the way up. Keep the left knee hugging in. Exhale, so it's just a normal high lunge pose. Good. One last time. Inhale, radiate out and up. Exhale. Now this time you come up and then you stay up into that twisted lunge. Really radiate through the crown, and on each exhale, you twist more. Make sure you're still breathing. Avoid holding your breath. Last deep inhale. Exhale, release the hand down. Release the back knee to the earth, so it's the right knee, and then lengthen over your left leg. Flex your toes to your face. You can either have fingertips down or on your hips, whatever feels more accessible to create a stretch through the inner thigh, back in the thigh. Good. Last deep inhale. Make sure that Ujjayi breath is still full and deep. Alright, now inhale, bend your left knee. Once again, exhale, take that left foot and take it in a line with your right. So if you look to the side, you're balancing on your right hand, your right knee, and your foot. Inhale, the left arm comes up and overhead. Really stretch it long. Stay a little bit longer this time. Lift through the sideways. One more breath in. Really lengthen. Exhale, circle the arm down to the earth. Come back onto hands and knees. Kick the other leg back behind you. Long spine from your foot to your knee to your fingertips, all the way lengthening up and overhead. And really lift the chest to the sky. So it's almost this feeling of a twist. Really lengthen through the elbow, reach, inhale. Exhale, release the hand to the ground. Wonderful. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, now the chest. So hips in the line of the knees. Anahatasana. Elbows come down. Shift your weight forward and have a look. Are your hands in the line of the elbows? Are your elbows in the line of the shoulders? Not too wide with the elbows or the hands. Good. Press the elbows down, press the hands down. Keep your Ujjayi breath going as you lift your hips to the sky. Dolphin pose. So lift the hips, walk the feet more in. Yes. Even harder what you're doing, Amanda. Breathe into that, and then push so much down with your elbows, with your hands, that your shoulders lift, so dolphin pose. One last breath in. Exhale, bring the knees to the ground. Good. Then from that dolphin, slide back. Hands onto your thighs. Lift your chest to the sky. Exhale, wave all the way forward and down. Anahadasana. Inhale, hands onto thighs. Pull back. Find the peak of the inhale, lift the chest, and then wave forward and down on the exhale. Hips in line with knees. That's it. One last time. Inhale, pull back. Lift your chest. Engage abdominal muscles. Exhale, wave forward and down. Great. And from here, come onto your elbows. Shift your weight forward. I should have said that the other way around. Shift your weight forward. Come onto your elbows. We're all doing the same thing, which means I wasn't clear at all. Elbows down, hands down. Lengthen the spine. Close your eyes. So you can create even a little bit of softness around the face, around the shoulders. Still practicing saying yes to whatever it is you're feeling, you're experiencing. Release the elbows to the sides. Release the fingertips wide. Tops of the feet press down and the legs are quite close together. Anchor down through the tops of the feet, fingertips, and then lift your chest forward enough for this little bit higher cobra. Exhale all the way down. Now this time Sahaja, spontaneous cobra. So you're really letting your whole upper body sway. Release. Keep the hips onto the earth. So you're not working through the hips, you're really just letting the upper body be like this river. With your Ujjayi breath. That's it. Release any tension through the face. As if you're seaweed in the ocean. And release very slowly. Let the elbows come wide. One cheek down or forehead on your hands. Gently now sway your hips from side to side. Soft face, soft jaw. Ujjayi breath. Listen to the sound of the breath. Wonderful. Hands underneath the shoulders now. Inhale deep. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let this full body yawn. Stretch long. Good. All right. Now walk your hands to your feet once again. Press down through the feet, lift your arms to the sky, deep inhale. Exhale, hands come behind you. Two last little back bends. Either hands like before into your pockets, imaginary pockets, or fingertips up. Hug the upper arms, the elbows towards one another. And then anchor down through the feet, Ujjayi breath. Lift your chest, inhale deep. Hug the outer thighs to the inner thighs as you pull the belly muscles to the spine and lift the chest a little bit more. One last breath, standing Anahadasana, that's it. Exhale, fold forward, slide your hands down the backs of your legs, mini forward fold. Hands on the shins, inhale, lift halfway. When you exhale, walk your hands out in front of you and bring your knees to the earth. Remember, Maria, you've already done this pose today. Stand on your knees. And you could either fold your mat if it's a little bit sensitive for the knees, like so. Again, same thing. So keep the Ujjayi breath flowing at all times. It's easier to keep it just flowing than to stop and then go, stop and then go. Hands either behind you, like you did when you were standing, or with your fingertips down. So choose the position of your hands and then lift your chest up to the sky. Hug the upper arms in. Good. Keep on breathing. Ujjayi breath. Probably with your mouth open. That's it. Move your hands a little bit more. So last deep inhale. Smooth breath. Exhale. Come up like a straight line. Back up. And then sit onto your heels. Observe. Palms of the hands face up. Or if you feel very spaced out, but then back bend, palms of the hands face down. Good. Keep the Ujjayi breath flowing. Blink your eyes open. And I'll just show you a few things that I saw. Sometimes we're so eager to get up and back, right? We're just kind of letting the head go first. This is not really a back bend, this is just a neck bend. So I always like to have my chin to my chest a little bit before I let the gaze come up. So it's really the chest that lifts. The chest lifts, up and back. Not just back, but up and back. And then maybe the gaze follows, but the head doesn't collapse. Oh, that feels really, ugh. For some people it feels okay, but for me it feels really weird in my throat. So see if you can keep the chin to the chest as you come up. Elbows hug in, and then maybe the gaze follows a little bit, all right? You have two options, actually three. You can rest, if this was enough for your lower back. You can repeat the same thing, hands up or down, or you can go to your heels, but then lift the chest back up. So we're not hanging out onto our heels, all right? So choose your position, stand back up onto your knees. Breathe deep, choose the hand position, and then lift your chest. Good, lift the sides of the body. Good. If the hands are back, they're really into your back. And they hug towards one another. Elbows hug towards one another. That's it. If you're resting on your heels, close your eyes. Ujjayi breath. Keep on breathing. See if you can avoid holding the breath. Keep on breathing. Not pushing it out, but just letting it come in naturally. That's it. Last deep inhale. And then straight back up on an exhale. Sit onto your heels. Observe and feel. Whatever came up for you in that last pose, can you again embrace it with a space of yes, a big hug of yes? Even if there was a no or there was intensity. Let your Ujjayi breath flow. And very slowly, as the eyes open, sit down onto something, whether it's blanket or block. Cross your shins. Keep the Ujjayi breath going up to our pranayama. There's a tiny bit of pranayama where we'll release the Ujjayi breath. So sit up on something. It's actually too high. You can also roll up a blanket. Oh, your hand doesn't look so. Sorry. Good. So whatever you're sitting on, make sure your spine can be tall. Take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, let the chest lead as you wave forward a little bit or a little bit more. Now inhale, wave back up. Exhale, the chest leads as you wave forward and down. Last time, inhale, back of the heart goes up. Exhale, forward. Now you can stay with the hands on the knees. Actually, let's not do that. You can either have the hands behind you or in front of you. Make sure that each inhale you're really lengthening the spine. And on each exhale you release a little bit or a little bit more. Make sure the spine is long, the shoulders are relaxed. Good, Zoomies. Excellent. Amazing, everyone. Last inhale. Exhale long. And then inhale. Make your way back up. Exhale. Switch legs. So the other leg now comes on top or in front, however you're sitting. Hands on the knees to start. So these waves, you really just ease our way into the pose. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, wave forward and down. Inhale, wave back up. Exhale, forward and down. Last time. Exhale. You need your hands behind you to press the earth away. Keep the spine long. Or hands in front of you. And this time you just really, again, focus on inhaling to lengthen, maybe eyes closed. Exhale to maybe deepen the fold without rounding the spine. So if there's any rounding, you stay up and you breathe. Whispered ah on the inhale. Whispered ha on the exhale. Last breath. Inhale, walk yourself back up. And then when you exhale, maybe switch the legs again, or if you're sitting okay, for a little pranayama, you can stay as you are. Another option is to sit on your heels for Vajrasana, rock pose, your choice. Do make sure that you're sitting high enough for the spine to be tall. Now you let go of your ujjayi. Right, so the most cooling thing, well, not the most cooling thing, I guess, but one of the cooling... Sorry?
The most cooling is Shavasana.
Shavasana for sure. Almost. In terms of pranayama, we have many cooling breaths, right? Like Shitgari, like we did this morning and many times this week. But also left nostril breathing. So very simple, you're closing with your right thumb, your right nostril, and you breathe in and out through the left. And you can take any mudra with your hands, you can, you don't really need to use your pinky, but you can do it if you want to. Just curl them in or have them as one straight line. Now, really see when you breathe in and out through the left, if you can lengthen both inhalation and the exhalation with one count to how it was before. If there is just a natural ujjayi happening, fine, all right? But you don't have to force it, all right? Thumb and index finger touch of the left hand, palm faces up. Close your right nostril, and then your base, slow, deep, long inhales. Slow, deep, long exhales. This is called Chandra Bedanada, lunar channel that we're activating. Even though officially it's still spring, it's already quite summery, so we can already start these little lunar practices. Left nostril connects to the right side of the brain, more intuitive side, and the left side of the body, the lunar side. Last 2 rounds of your breath. pores, just feeling that spacious emptiness. Whenever you feel the urge to inhale, release the right hand and then inhale through both nostrils. Exhale, release. Observe where your attention goes after that left nostril breathing. Notice where the mind goes. Very slowly open your eyes, and just enough so that you can have a look. You do not have to move yet. I'd rather you stay for a moment and I'll show you. So in a moment we'll have just one pose that we do on both sides. Let me just get a block. At home, if you don't have enough props of what I'm showing you, I'll have an alternative, so just let me know in a moment. What you'll do is, for most people, the medium or lowest side is best, but some other people enjoy the highest side with this pose. It's a little bit of a twist, and what you'll do is you'll sit with your left hip really against the bolster, and your legs can be this kind of, I don't know, M shape, I guess, with your right ankle on the inner arch of your left foot. Some people enjoy having a blanket underneath the knee. Now, what you'll do, this is the most active part, and then we really relax and do nothing. You'll frame your bolster with the hands, and you'll really twist here and lengthen. Inhale as you twist and lengthen. And when you exhale, you come down onto the bolster. Now, I've already started a little bit too far forward. You might need to me at home, this happens all the time, and I need to shift bolster, or you want to feel like you're fully supported with your belly, with your chest. And then for most people, looking towards the knees is more accessible. If it feels really like perfect to turn your head to the other side, then you can do it. But I know very few people who enjoy that. So this is the position. If your elbows are floating or somewhere, we'll give you more props. Do you have enough props to create that at home? Yeah? All right. So you'll put the bolster at, I would say, with the block, the medium setting, and then really at the top. Then you'll sit against the bolster with your left hip. Your knees are in this M shape, and you might want to have a blanket underneath that right knee. And then you'll frame the bolster with your hands, twist your belly towards it, and then making sure the whole upper body is onto the bolster, then turn your head. And we'll come around and see if you need more props. Good.
Am I doing it right?
I think, Sylvia, is your bolster? Ah, yeah, okay. So you want to really sit, sorry if you can't see well, sit with your hip against the edge, if that makes sense. So sit in front of it, but with your left hip instead of to the side. And then the bolster is coming like this, yeah? So you're going down with the whole chest. Let's see if I explain it. No. Yeah, sorry, it's hard to explain. You sit in front of it instead of next to it. So your left hip all the way in front of the bolster, even more. Like sit right in front of it so that I can't see it anymore. Yeah, and then with your hip, so I'll show you again. I'll come a little closer actually. So take your time to come in. show it to you. So this is the front of the bolster for me, and I'm putting my left hip here against it. Yes, yes, you got it. And then you come down, you twist. So you're really twisting over the length of the bolster. Does that feel right? Okay. Are you okay, Karine? I think you need to sit also more in front. You're not sitting, you're really sitting against the top edge or the lower edge of the bolster. Yes, with your hip. Like so. And then you twist over the bolster. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Alright. So now that we're all in the position, you can just be here, let go of any doing as much as possible. And there's 4 pillars. Close your eyes now if you haven't done so already. There's 4 pillars of restorative yoga. Silence, which I'll create in a moment when I stop talking. Darkness, or eyes are closed. It's hard to have an eye bag here, but eyes are closed. Stillness, so ideally you're not moving unless it's really, really necessary. But if you feel this kind of craving to fix or shift or fidget, can you just be, again, create this bigger space of yes around this ugh feeling. And then the last one is warm, which I think we have in place. As you release into this shape, just allow for a few minutes in the beginning to really settle in with your mind. So now your body has settled in, but it might take a few minutes for the mind to settle in. So allow for that trust that on the other side of those few minutes, there's really a lot more peace. gently deepen your breathing here. And then first, before any body part moves, first visualize coming out of it. What will be the most smooth way to come out? And then slowly now you can slide the hands a little bit more down so that you can use gentle pressure on the earth to roll your chest up. And let the head be really heavy as you come up. Let it be the last thing to come up. Okay, now to transition. You'll turn so that your back is right against the bolster, and just for a moment release your legs out. Nice. And then to transition to the other side, very simply you just turn to the other side of your mat. So again, your right hip now, so the other hip is right against the lower edge of your bolster. The knees are like this M shape, maybe something underneath the left knee. And then frame your bolster with your hands, lengthen them here. And really as much of the belly and the chest, let it come down. So avoid going down to the side. You really want to twist first, and then you come down. And then the right ear probably will be most comfortable to have on the bolster, but maybe it's different for you. Again, if any body part is floating, needs more bedding, we can give you that. Come out for a moment and then take a little bit of a deeper twist. Yeah, so it's more the belly also. Yeah. Those first few moments, let the body settle in. And trust that the mind will follow when you are just here. There's nothing you need to do other than allowing whatever arises, whatever comes to the surface to be there. Embrace it in that bigger space of yes. You can even imagine that there is this stream of yes going to whatever you're feeling right now. A stream of yes. again, begin to deepen your breathing just enough so that you feel there's enough energy to gently come out. Again, first visualize coming out. And then slide the hands slightly lower down underneath the shoulders. Press into the earth so that you can very slowly, almost dramatically roll yourself up. Head is the last one to come up. And take the props to the side for a moment, slowly and gently. Stretch your legs out. And you can lean back a little bit so that maybe the legs need to turn or circle. Just let them go. And then come down onto your back so you can make your way just from there all the way down. Take any props, maybe a pillow underneath your knees, since you have it anyway. A pillow underneath or on top of your belly if you like for grounding, or a blanket just on your belly for grounding. Eye bag, anything that feels nice and supportive here for you. And either the arms are by your sides, palms face up, or if it feels more grounding to have the hands on the belly, you can do that too. And take this moment in Shavasana to truly cool down and let the whole back body be supported by Mother Earth. As if your body is like a pile of sand. And little by little, the pile of sand becomes one with the beach again. Attention flow into the space of your heart. Notice what is there. Send energy out from your center into your fingers, into your toes, gently moving fingers and the toes, maybe the head. If it feels nice, stretch your arms out overhead. And slowly, one by one, let the knees come into the chest. And roll over to your side. This little in-between space between the end of your practice and the rest of your life. And then the top hand presses down into the ground, lifts you up slowly into a seated position. And bring the hands to touch at the heart. Let's reaffirm that inner cosmic yes with an om. You can either join, you can listen, or you can hum. So take a deep inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, yogis from afar. See you soon. Thank you. Oh, I keep on forgetting to announce things. If you love restorative yoga, this is a little restorative yoga, right? But if you love a lot of restorative yoga, Lucy and I are teaching a restorative yoga training, but also retreat. So you can also, we're now opening up spaces just for the retreat. So if you don't want to do any training, any teacher training, but you do want to enjoy this really amazing, I want to join the retreat, I don't want to teach it, I keep on saying it. Really amazing retreat. We're teaching it in October in Andalusia, close to Sevilla. So check it out, it's on the website, or send me a message if you want more information.
How long will it be for?
4 nights, 5 days. Is that right? Yes. Yeah. It's all on the website if you want to have more information, or you can ask me. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye, Zoomies.
Thank you. Bye, Lisa.